Guys, today I want to talk to you about breaking down plywood or panel goods using a track saw and a sacrificial foam board. Ripping full sheets of plywood safely and accurately on a table saw, totally possible. I've done it many times, but it can be challenging and a balancing act, especially if you're alone. Maybe you don't have the space in your shop like for an in-feed or out-feed table. Trying to hold a 60-pound piece of plywood flat on the table saw while you're trying to push it through the blade and then trying to keep your line and wood on the fence tight is not nearly as accurate as one would think, especially when you're wrestling with that. There is no argument that a circular saw with a straight edge or a panel saw, better yet a track saw, makes this task easier and more effective. I want to talk to you guys about a sacrificial rigid foam board that I use to support plywood while I'm making rips on my tabletop, crosscuts too. It's safe, it's effective, and it's accurate method to break down panel goods, whether on a bench, a sawhorse, set up sawhorses, or even on the ground. I simply set my blade to completely cut through the plywood, approximately 1/8 of an inch, maybe as deep as 1/4 inch, and I make my cut in one pass onto that foam board. The blade will cut into the foam board not damage anything below it, like my tabletop, or if you're on the ground, the blade won't get damaged. The foam board, it's light and it supports the plywood fully. It actually kind of grips it nicely. It protects my workbench surfaces from saw kerfs, and the best part is it lets me cut through the plywood fully by creating a tear-free or tear-out, no tear-out, rip cut. So I purchased two pieces of 1.5 inch foam board, 2x8 long, and I taped them together along the long vertical seam. I used duct tape, and I basically created a hinge on the like a 4x8 hinge. Then I cut the foam board down to 2 4x4 components. This lets me rip smaller parts without having to set up a full 4x8 foam board sheet. So I can do small stuff, I can do big stuff. I duct taped all the edges around the foam board, and I just did that just to protect the edges while it's in storage so it doesn't get banged and dinged up. The foam board costs around 45 bucks total, and it's reusable. It's reusable for a long time, and if you store it properly, it will last you a long time. I store it right up against the wall, nice, neat, flat. It takes up very little space, and my tabletop is protected when I'm breaking down sheet goods. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this tip. Please, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. Let me know if you use foam board when you're ripping. And I'll see you guys at the next video. Take care.